Hey guys, welcome to day 11 challenge. Today we have two sentences from the book Divergent. It's there, she says, when she pins the knot in place. Her eye catches mine in the mirror. So we have a few punctuations to look at first. Number one, we have a quote. Here is something that a character says in the story. And then we have another continuation. We have when. That should give us a little clue in saying, okay, that is an adverb that separates another clause. So let's take our red pen here and divide things out. So she says, what does she say? She says there. So we're going to divide this in. And then we have when she pins the knot in place. So we got two ideas. And then we got our next idea, our third idea, which is here at the bottom. So let's start with the subject. Subject in this case is found at the very beginning, but be careful because we see a comma here. Okay, the comma is at the beginning of the sentence telling you that, hey, I am not really a subject, because you could take this and move it to the end after says, and it tells you what she says. And if we were to move this, that comma disappears and the capitalization disappears. So technically, what's at the beginning of the sentence is she. So she says, predicate. And then let's take a look at our next subject and predicate, which is this one, she, and predicate pins. So notice, guys, that I'm doing this only looking for the subject and predicate first. Now, if you already recognize that when is an adverb, you can just kind of highlight it there to help you separate the clauses. And then we have our next subject and predicate. We have her eye catches mine in the mirror. So be careful with circling her. Notice that her answers the question, whose eye? So I, in this case, is the subject. And if we're right, the next word over is the predicate, and it is, there's our predicate. Okay, so the way I would like you guys to approach most of these diagrams is just to look at the subject and predicate first. Once you get used to that, your eye and your mind will automatically divide your sentences out into different parts. And that is very helpful, especially when it comes to reading comprehension. It sets you up for success when you're writing your sentences, because you're only thinking in subject predicate terms. So look at this, 3 ideas. First idea, she says. Second idea, she pins. And the third idea is the eye catches. Okay, so based on those things, you can already start answering those very basic questions like, what is she saying? What is she pinning? And what does the eye catch? Okay, so let's take a look at answering those whats. And when you do answer the whats, you have now discovered the direct object. And here's the direct object of the first clause. She says. What does she says? Or what does she say there? Okay, then she pins. What does she pin? She pins the knot. There's my other direct object. And eye catches. What does the eye catch? It catches mine, or my eye, right? Perfect. The rest is just additions. In this case, are either going to be possessives or, my favorite case of all, the object of the preposition. So is there an object of a preposition in the first clause? No, we've done this one. Would there be an object of the preposition in the next one? Yes, because she pins the knot. In what? In place. There's the object of the preposition, place. And her eye catches mine in what? In the mirror. Perfect. So you got your object of the preposition, and we have our possessives. Whose eye? Her eye. Any other possessives? Nope. I mean, technically mine could be a possessive, but in this case, mine is acting as the agreement with I, so direct object, right? If you said possessive, I accept that as well. But just want you to know that English sometimes will use a possessive, like in this case, mine, to indicate a direct object when it doesn't have to express it the second time, right? Now, let's look at the verb tenses. So our first verb, is she says. She being in third person singular. And says is a present. And how many times does she say? Once. So simple. And is it true? Yes. Remember that subjunctives have should, would, or could in them. The next one is pretty much the same. It's another she, so third person singular, and present, and simple, and indicative. All right, and then we have the next one, her eye. I is also third person singular because it's one eye, and catches, present, how many times? Once, simple, and indicative. So notice that when we're talking about verb tenses, technically in a narrative, you could use simple presence. You could also turn this around and say it's like, there she says, while she is pinning the knot in place, could be a combination of a simple present and a progressive present. But again, it's up to the author. As you know, all three verbs are pretty much in the same tense, and they're all simple and they're all true. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, guys, ahead. And the video about how to write an introduction has been posted. And our due date for writing the entire introduction is next Friday. So I'm always available for you to help. Now, it would be great to catch up with you online if you'd like. Please let me know in the comments or through emails if you're available this week to set up a video chat. We could do Zoom, we could do Google Hangout, just to kind of see where you guys are, if you need any extra help, or to give me your feedback. Let me know what I could do better, what I could develop, or what do you look forward to going into the latter part of the year. Let me know. Always happy to hear from you. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend, guys. Bye.